once more. But join us again in about 5 minutes for the second game of this best of 3. All right, so welcome back to the Epic Fall Tournament. Again, I am your caster for tonight. I'm Jingasana. This is going to be Game 2 of the semifinals in Overpowered versus Innocent Bystanders. Overpowered took the first game, and we are now in the second game. They will have switched sides, so we will be looking forward to the second game in a best of 3. And at the moment, Overpowered is up 1-0. And I've just informed the players that we are good to go. They are verifying that each team is in the game. So once they verify that, we should be getting back into game. But I'm very excited. This first game was pretty good. Hopefully the second game will be good to go as well. Both teams are now ready to go, and we are in Champion Select. So the first game actually being won by Overpowered in a very convincing fashion. And we'll see if this second game follows suit or if Innocent Bystanders will pull something out. They have to pull out all their stops. Otherwise, I don't know. They have to win this. This is a do or die situation for them right now. Overpowered can lose, but still win the next game, which would put them up, and they would be able to win this series. But Innocent Bystanders really needs to win at this point. So, Cassidon ban coming out, Vi ban coming out. So, again, Jarvan ban. So it looks like the jungles are the focus of the bans this time. And these bans are happening quite a bit faster than the last bans. One more ban for Innocent Bystander. I guess 2 more bans for Innocent Bystander. 1 more ban for Overpowered. And Thresh actually opted to be banned. Great idea there. Thresh just absolutely dominating with those hooks. So Moon doing a great job on Thresh, and they don't want to see that again. So Innocent Bystanders wisely banning out that Thresh. One final ban for Overpowered, and it looks like Moon is taking his time. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and Riven being the last ban for Overpowered. On the side of Innocent Bystanders, they have about 20 seconds to make their last ban, and then first pick will go over to Overpowered. Vayne actually the ban of choice. Again, not surprising. She does have a hyper carry potential. But Zed being ticked up, I guess Zed being hovered over but not picked up. Teemo also being hovered over. So really the 2 extremes there. And nothing really in between. So it does look like Zed will be picked up, which is not surprising at all. Zed actually, I believe, had a 100% pick ban rate in the World Finals. So a very strong champion at the moment. On the flip side, we have Vehute on that Lucian, and the Lucian play was actually pretty solid last game. The culling being used very well to clear out the minion waves. Pandas, it does look like we do have a Zyra coming out in the bot lane. Very interesting choice. Zyra Lucian can be a devastating bot lane with all that poke, but they don't have any sustain. Owner actually hovering over that Singed pick. In that Singed, Panda's Poacher hasn't quite yet decided who he's going to pick up. But he still does have quite a bit of time. Panda's Poacher being the ADC. But Iga Moon being the support, it looks like there will for sure be some trades coming out. Overpowered, or Owner, sorry, is on Team Overpowered, but looks like Annie will be the pickup there. Annie likely will be the support, but I guess Annie could theoretically go mid as well. So Annie support being popularized by Royal Club in the World Finals. Looks like Stealth Juice Box hovering over that Sejuani pick. Sejuani also being a very strong jungler. Does have quite a bit of crowd control as well as a decent amount of burst damage. She has 2 abilities that will do percentage health damage. One will do a percentage of the enemy's health, the enemy's max health, and the other will do a percentage of her max health. So Sejuani can build tanky and still do a surprising amount of burst, but she's not going to win a whole lot of duels unless it's against an AD carry that doesn't have a whole lot of lifesteal. Meanwhile, Asno hovering over that Diana, there is only 7 seconds left, so it's likely we will see these two champions picked up. 2, 1, and yes it is, Sejuani and Diana. Diana being a very, very good assassination champion. And we'll see who's picked up by Just Casual and Big Fat Chocoboko. Big Fat obviously being the mid laner. And it looks like Big Fat will opt for Graves, so it's, I guess, possible that Annie will go in that mid lane. Just Casual does hover over jungle champion, so... No, it will be Annie's support. Zed will be in the mid lane. I apologize. So Zed against a Diana, both very heavy assassination champions. But Graves being picked up to go against Lucian and Zyra. So the Asian Pony's the last member of Innocent Bystanders who still needs to pick. And we'll see who she picks to round out this this team. And it looks like Caitlyn being hovered over. Caitlyn would be a pretty solid pick. Caitlyn can just kind of sit in the back and do damage while Diana and Sejuani go in the middle and tank. But it looks like no. They already had an ADC, so they will go with Vladimir in the top lane. And we have 55 seconds before these champions get into game. So these Summoners very excited to play again. This is game 2 of the Epic Fall Tournament semifinals. Overpowered will be on the blue side, and Innocent Bystanders will be on the red side. Overpowered took the first game in quite a convincing fashion, and Innocent Bystanders needs to win here if they want to continue on. Both of these teams are guaranteed prizes, but the top prize includes a additional RP, 3,200 per player, as well as a Triumphant Rise skin. So, meanwhile, we have about 13 seconds before these Summoners load into game. I'm your caster for tonight, and you can see the College of Casting logo on the board now. The College of Casting is a Facebook group. If you just search for College of Casting on Facebook, it's a way for individuals who really haven't casted before to break into casting. So if you're one of the people who watch the pro games and think to yourself, hey, I want to cast some games, the College of Casting is a great place to gain some experience. There's some very experienced casters who have applied to work at Riot. I'm not sure of the status of those applications as of yet, but we are actually having an Ask Me Anything or a live web conference on Raid Call with the Riot casters in the near future. So quite an exciting event for us. We're really excited to host that. Meanwhile, this is not the College of Casting. I'm from the College of Casting, but this is the Epic Fall Tournament. Epic is actually a company in the wonderful city of Madison, Wisconsin. I actually work at Epic. I'm a trainer. And what Epic does is Epic creates software for healthcare companies, software known as an electronic medical record, which just basically allows healthcare companies to take their software or take their records and put them into an electronic format. And that has quite a bit of advantages over paper. But in addition, Epic is seen as one of the premier EMRs or electronic medical record software for the medical world. Yeah, so this tournament took place about 2 weeks ago. October 26th was the date of the tournament. So October 26th, we had additional games on the 2nd, and now it is the 7th. So the Epic Fall Tournament, it has been going on for a little while. The finals, I believe, will be this weekend, but it will be according to the games that are played today, and tomorrow will determine who plays in the finals and the 3rd and 4th place match, and they will have to set up a game between themselves. So I'm not yet sure who will be playing. The winner of this game will be in the 1st place match, and the loser will be in the 3rd place match. So we do have about 55 seconds left until we load in here. And this should be a very good game against 2 of the top teams in the tournament. This is a knockout bracket, so the losers of this, like I said, will be in the 3rd place round, but both of these teams are guaranteed prizes. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited for this game. We have about 30 seconds left before we load in here. And then once we load in, we'll talk a little bit about the various teams and the players on those teams. And hopefully we see a good match coming out. Innocent Bystanders likely has picked a little bit more comfort champions for them. And hopefully they will be able to pull a victory out of this so we can move on to a game 3. But we'll have to wait and see. I don't think Overpowered will go down that easy. And we are 1 second, 0 seconds. So we are loading into game. And as soon as the loading screen appears, you will know as well. So it looks like we have some Innocent Bystanders fans in the chat. I haven't yet seen Overpowered's fans. So I don't know. If you're an Overpowered fan, go ahead and give your team a shout out. We are now loading into this game, and I will go ahead and introduce both of these teams. So Overpowered this time will be on and it will be Moon on Annie, Panda's Poacher or just Poacher on Graves, Owner Poner on Singed, Casual on Nasus, and Big Fat Chocoboko on Zed. For the other side, we have Fehute on Lucian, Wayu Stalin on Zyra, Stealth Jukebox on Sejuani, Asno Gordo on Diana, or just Asno as we'll call him in game, and then the Asian Ponies on Vladimir. It does look like they also swapped up their roles a little bit. Asno playing Hecarim in the jungle last game. This time, and Stealth Jukebox did go mid. This time it is Asno in the mid lane on Diana, and Stealth Jukebox on Sejuani in that jungle. Moon was the support last time. Panda's Poacher was the AD carry. Owner Poner was the top. Just Casual was in the jungle on that Nasus. And Big Fat was in the mid. But this time, Big Fat's going to be playing Zed. So fairly even team comp coming out from these teams. And we are all at 100%, so we should be loading into the game very, very quickly here. With regards to the skin war, it does look like Innocent Bystanders will take that with 2 skins compared to the 1 skin of Overpowered. Reversed Annie being one of the more comical skins coming out for Annie. Meanwhile, Bear Cavalry Sejuani is just a pretty intimidating skin. And Marquise Vladimir's, it's a skin. We'll just go with that. All right, so again, we are at 100%. We are all at 100%, and I feel like we should be loading into the game very, very soon. This is game 2, Overpowered on the blue side and Innocent Bystanders on the red side. In game 1 was by team Overpowered. So it is a 1 win for Overpowered versus 0 wins for Innocent Bystanders. This is the second game of the Epic Fall Tournament semifinals. They are fighting for a spot in the first place game. So Asno actually not catching out Just Casual. Just Casual doesn't really have enough damage to take out Asno. Panda's Poacher's there to throw a little bit more damage down, but not a whole lot of damage coming out from their team. Wisely a ward being thrown down by the support of Innocent Bystanders. They don't want to give up first blood again, so they know that this team wants to invade, so they're just going to play it safe by throwing that ward down instead of using a human ward that could potentially die. It does look like Overpowered is backing away from that, so they will not go for the invade, or they're going over to the red buff for an invade. But Vladimir will see them out. And it looks like a ward was thrown down by Vladimir. And we'll see if they opt to pick up this red buff. I can't see them sticking around because if they pick up this red buff, then it likely will just be a ticket for Sejuani to go over to the red buff. Meanwhile, they did actually waste a pink ward, and they weren't able to see the ward for Innocent Bystanders. So Overpowered throwing down a pink ward, but getting nothing off of it. And so now Innocent Bystanders know that they aren't going for the red buff, and Stealth Jukebox will have a traditional route through the jungle, picking up that red buff first, or picking up that blue buff first, and then picking up the red buff. Just Casual actually opting to start at his own red buff, and then he will move down to, or he will move up to his blue buff. So Just Casual picking up that red buff will get 1 stack on that Q, and Owner Poner up in the top lane taking on the Asian Ponies. Owner Opponent might have a tough time against the Asian ponies, simply because the Asian ponies will have a lot of sustain on that Vladimir. And it does appear as Sejuani has gotten to that red buff and will pick it up without any real contests going on. And it looks like both members of the jungle will be roaming up into that top lane after they pick up their respective buffs. We'll see, I guess. There we go. So, yep, they will both be roaming up into this top lane. Overpowered does have vision on Innocent Bystanders jungle, so it does look like there is a ward now for Innocent Bystanders, so Innocent Bystanders is now aware that there is a gank coming in. And in response, Sejuani is waiting in the wings. So the Asian pony's actually taken pretty low by Owner Poner, and it looks like both junglers will walk away, determining they would not be able to pick up a kill there. Wisely so. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Moon doing a good job zoning out Innocent Bystanders lane. Annie doing quite a bit of damage in the early portions of the game, and once she hits level 6 and has that stun up, the burst from Annie can be absolutely devastating for an entire team. So the Asian ponies continuing to farm up there. Owner Poner also doing his job to throw some poke onto that individual, but Asian ponies does have quite a bit of health pots, so likely won't go anywhere anytime soon. Meanwhile, Moon actually taken pretty low. Wayu Stalin also taken decently low, but no first blood now, so this game has gone significantly longer without first blood. Meanwhile, Sejuani is coming down for what looks like a lane gank. We'll see if Sejuani can sneak in here. The Asian pony is actually getting flipped, and doesn't look like he's ignited. Overpowered is Owner Poner's actually taken down for first blood. We'll see if the Asian ponies is able to survive through this, and yes, he will. So the Asian ponies 1v1ing Owner Poner and grabbing first blood for himself. So a much better game going in favor of Innocent Bystanders. Stealth Jukebox is on. Oh, but nice flash coming out there. Now they have to be careful here because they are coming around. Wayu Stalin actually does not get stunned up. Yehute pops that barrier. Wayu Stalin taken very low. Just Casual taken very low. Wayu Stalin does flash away from that, but the auto attack from Moon will be enough to take him down. So Moon picking up a kill there. Everybody on that team taken very low. So good job by Overpowered reacting and having a good gank there. Asno being taken very low by Big Fat Chocoboco. Stealth Jukebox being taken very low by Moon. And it looks like Panda's Poacher will try to pursue this, but will decide against it. Meanwhile, Big Fat Chocoboco continues to poke down Asno. Still 1-1, but the one kill is on the top laner for Innocent Bystanders compared to the support for Overpowered. So Big Fat actually getting a little bit of a gold lead. Let me go ahead and change these. So give me a second here. And there we go. Okay, so significant farm difference coming out in a lot of the lanes. It looks like Overpowered's doing a much better job of farming than Innocent Bystanders. 10 farm coming out on that Lucian compared to the 37 for Graves. 45 coming out for the Zed compared to the 26 for that Diana. So in the top lane, it is in favor of the Asian ponies, but only by a very small margin. Obviously, the Asian ponies has picked up a kill for himself, but I mean, this is not looking good so far. It looks like Sejuani is going to have to be more involved if he wants his lanes to succeed. Panda's Poacher walking out. Wayu Stalin looks like he wants to... Nope, the dash coming out. Great job avoiding all of that damage. Wayu Stalin having a hard time against that dash of Graves, and Graves really just dashed out of literally all the damage and then put some damage down on Wayu Stalin. Yehute doing his best. Oh, there we go. Panda's Poacher actually being bursted down there, but will not go down. Looks like Moon will stall up Wayu Stalin. Wayu Stalin will likely go down. Yep, Panda's Poacher picks up Wayu Stalin. So good stun coming out there by Moon, and that's exactly what I was talking about, that Annie can be absolutely devastating, because Annie has like quite a bit of crowd control as well as a lot of burst. So you can see Yehute here being taken very low by that Annie. Iga Moon basically 1v1ing him. The buckshot will not be enough to finish him off. Taken very, very low there. You can see just how much health is flashing for Yehute, and Yehute will be forced back. So 2 kills going in favor of Overpowered, and Innocent Bystanders are falling behind again. But the game is not over quite yet. However, it's getting I guess it's never really over, but when your AD carry has 22 farm 7 minutes into this game compared to the other AD carry who has 52 farm 20 minutes into this game, it's not looking like it's definitely going to be an uphill battle. I guess I'll say that. Vlad doing a really good job against Singed though, so Vlad could be the saving grace here for innocent bystanders, and he likely will have to carry this game pretty hard to allow his mid laner and his bot laner a chance to catch up. So it looks like the Asian Ponies throws down the ultimate, does some damage, and we'll see if the ultimate will be enough. No, it will not be enough to finish off Owner Poner. But Owner Poner is forced out of lane, which leaves Vlad free. So Vladimir has now hit level 7. Once Vlad hits level 9, it will be very difficult. Oh, but it looks like the Asian Pony actually being taken low by Big Fat Chocoboco. The Ignite does go down. We'll see if it's enough to finish him off. Big Fat Chocoboco flashes in and will pick up the kill. That does leave Asno in the mid lane to try to catch up in some farm, and it looks like Asno's only about 18 farm behind. Stealth Jukebox is level 6, waiting to come in. The ultimate actually missed there. Ega Moon actually does take the ultimate, but is taken very low. The stun goes out onto 2 members. The exhaust comes out, and it looks like Moon will get away from that. So good job by Moon there, stopping them from coming in. Great use of the exhaust. Snare not landing from YU Stalin, and here comes Diana into this lane. And it looks like Moon does have his stun up, so it'd be very dangerous there for Diana to go in with the stun of Annie up, but it looks like they are taken very low. Nasus is on his way down. It looks like Asno will walk away, knowing that it's a dangerous place for him to be. Vahute and YU Stalin very much healthier than Panda's Poacher and Ega Moon. And it looks like they also have a little bit more mana, but Moon's stun can be absolutely devastating. And it looks like Moon will be able to take out YU Stalin. Does flash out of that. Picks up a kill. Vahute also taken pretty low. The passive from not doing enough damage. The ultimate actually thrown down. One more Q should be enough to pick up the kill. Great job there by Vahute, baiting out, barrier baiting to take him down. So just casual actually taken down there. Stealth Jukebox also taken very low. Asno jumps in there. The Asian Ponies comes in. We'll see if the Asian Ponies throws down his ultimate, but opts not to, so they will walk away from that. So the kill's actually still in favor of Overpowered. However, Innocent Bystanders has picked up a couple of kills for themselves. Juicebox, Stealth Juicebox, is picking up quite a bit of farm, still being a little bit out-farmed by that Nasus. So meanwhile, in the top lane, the Asian Ponies is level 8 and is almost level 9. Oh, Big Fat Chocoboco throws down the ultimate. We'll see if one more tower shot. No, and it looks like Asno will be able to walk away from that. Man, good plays coming out by both those mids, taking each other very low, but Asno has to walk away and will just let Chocoboco free farm that. So Big Fat Chocoboco, his ultimate, you know, not picking up the kill, but forcing the other AP carry out of lane, which is almost just as good sometimes. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, we do have Vahute allowed to free farm, trying to catch up in farm, only has 36 farm compared to the 81 of Overpowered, and here comes Just Casual down for a gank. And it looks like he might just be going for the dragon. He has hit level 6, so he can solo that dragon. Meanwhile, Sejuani is coming in. Sejuani's ultimate is available, but we'll see if Moon tries to make something happen here. Panda's Poacher, dangerous place. Oh, the knockback does not actually land there. Nice ultimate, try to keep herself safe. Does go down there, and it looks like there are 4 members of Overpowered down in this lane. Just Casual does pop his ultimate, but will not make anything happen. So Overpowered taking a commanding lead in the first portion of this game. One additional... Oh, but it looks like Panda's Poacher, nope, we'll be able to dash away from that. Looks like a free dragon. It will go over in favor of Overpowered. And it doesn't look like Innocent Bystanders is trying to contest this. Panda's Poacher, meanwhile, taken very low. Great flash coming out. And it looks like they will try to duel each other, but ultimate from Graves too strong. The ultimate from Graves combined with the barrier keeping him alive and picking himself up a kill. YU stalling in a very dangerous location. Panda's Poacher is ignited. Will he go down? The last tick will pick him up. So a shutdown coming out for YU Stalin. good job there. I mean, she is worth a lot less gold than he is, so picking up a kill there, you know, good job by him. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, the Spectral Wraith is picked, Spirit of the Spectral Wraith is picked up on that Vladimir, which means the Asian Ponies is, you know, just can absolutely bully him out. The Asian Ponies throwing down the ultimate there. Will have to pool. Will opt not to pool. Is taken pretty low. Big Fat Chocoboko will get away from that. And it looks like Singed actually in a pretty dangerous location. The Asian Pony, if he jumps into that trail of poison, then he will be in a dangerous place. So he will not want to step into that poison trail. Meanwhile, Stealth Jukebox does knock up Owner Poner. However, Owner Poner picks up the kill. We'll see if the slow comes out. The slow not landing from Sejuani. The Ignite does go down, and Big Fat Chocoboko will pick up the kill. So Innocent Bystanders having a hard time executing, and Overpowered playing very, very well as a team. 9-3 in kills. They're up almost 5,000 gold 13 minutes into this game. So Innocent Bystanders will have to group together, ward out, and catch people out in order to try to come back in this game. They're not out of it yet, but they just have to take a deep breath, they have to calm down, and they have to start performing. So meanwhile, Just Casual actually being knocked back, does take a tower hit. Big Fat Chocoboko is there. Big Fat Chocoboko does not have his ultimate available, however. He did just use it to pick up the kill on Stealth Jukebox in the top lane. But it's not on a super high cooldown. It is about halfway, a little bit less than halfway off cooldown. Meanwhile, Red Team's turret is picked up in that top lane. So Panda's Poacher roaming up in the top lane, getting quite a bit of farm. And just doing reasonably well. Big Fat Chocoboko could do an enormous amount of damage to that Sejuani. Sejuani actually opting to pick up that gold per 5 item. The knock-up coming out. We'll see if the slow lands. The slow does land. Meanwhile, Graves is coming down. And it looks like Stealth Jukebox has to be very, very careful. Big Fat Chocoboko goes down. Now Panda's Poacher is the one that has to be careful. And it looks like they're going to opt not to go in on that. Just Casual also taken pretty low by that dive. Panda's Poacher. Very dangerous place, being taken very low by the Asian Ponies, but the Asian Ponies will not go in on that. Diana does have her ultimate available, so she can jump to Panda's Poacher. However, she has to be careful because Panda's Poacher does have that dash, which he can use to dash away. And it does look like additional members of Overpowered are coming in. Stealth Jukebox does not have his ultimate available. So we'll see if they have the ability to clear this wave out. Panda's Poacher doing a good job. Meanwhile, Owner Poner actually taking some tower hits. The ultimate from Vlad does go down. Just Casual will go down to the ultimate from Vladimir. Ega Moon taken pretty low. The Asian Ponies also taken pretty low. We'll see if Asno opts to jump in there. And it looks like Fahute... Oh no, Stealth Jukebox will pick up the kill. Panda's Poacher being taken low. We'll see if another kill is picked up. No, won't be. Big Fat Chocoboko will deter them from that. So a good fight coming out there by Innocent Bystanders, and that's kind of what I mean by they're not really out of it yet. They can win these team fights, but they really just have to catch people out and fight when they have an advantage and really, really focus in order to pick up a couple of kills. Sejuani, in the meantime, has picked up, like I said, a gold per 5 item. She does have the level 2 mobility boots, and she does look like she is trying to push forward for that jungle item, which will give her tenacity as well as cooldown reduction. So she is opting to go up and pick up the red buff there. Owner Poner actually in a little bit of trouble. The Asian Ponies does not have the ability to catch up to him, though. So Stealth Jukebox picking up that red buff for himself, likely just trying to level and get a little bit more farm in this situation. The Asian Ponies really not too afraid, and will just opt to push. It looks like Just Casual will have to rotate up here in this top lane. Oh, but it looks like Big Fat Chocoboko will be taken low by Asno, so... Oh, there we go. Here comes the ultimate. Oh, the Ignite not going down. Nice flash. Asno using that last proc of the ultimate to pick up the kill. So, also, it looks like the Asian Ponies is pushing in that top lane, and this tower will be taken low, if not go down. Which would be a huge gold help for Innocent Bystanders, closing that gap. Yep. So the Asian Ponies picks up a tower for his team. It looks like Sejuani will go back and pick up that Kindle gem to give herself a little bit more cooldown reduction. Meanwhile, Annie is spotted out by a ward. The Asian Ponies doesn't want to stick around because there's a lot of Mia on the side of Overpowered. So Just Casual has the blue buff for himself. Vihute is himself low on mana, so I bet you he sees that blue buff and really wants it, but I don't know if he has the ability to take out Just Casual at this point. Just Casual has a lot of health, not so much armor, but quite a bit of health. But it does look like Iga Moon is actually caught out a little bit by YU Stalin. YU Stalin in a very dangerous location, though. And it looks like the dragon is the next attempted objective here for Overpowered. And Innocent Bystanders will back away from that, and they will not opt to contest the dragon. So a free dragon for Overpowered. So Overpowered did push a little bit too hard, learned from their mistakes, and now is just playing it a little bit safer, picking up objectives and kind of producing a stranglehold on this game. So Overpowered playing very safely, and Innocent Bystanders also playing safely, knowing that if they make one wrong move, they could be out of this tournament. So Stealth Jukebox looking for an opportunity to engage. This might be the perfect time to do it. They don't have Singe, so this would be a 5 versus 4 situation. As soon as Singe shows himself in the bottom, it would not surprise me to see Innocent Bystanders engage with that Sejuani ult. So Singed has showed himself in the bottom. They know that this is potentially a 4v5. Looks like Sejuani is trying to flank, but nobody's engaging. They're allowing Singe to split push. There we go. Asno does jump in there. The Asian Ponies actually gets taken very, very low. Looks like Iga Moon will go down there. Big Fat Chocoboca will be the next target. Will he go down? Yes, he will. Just Casual also taken very low. Just Casual will go down. And it looks like the support is the only members that is killed yet. One flash coming out, double kill coming out. Can Singed clean this up, though? Singed picks up likely 1 kill on the Asian Ponies. The Asian Ponies actually lives. Asno taken pretty low. They are chasing a Singed, which is like LOL 101 not to do. But it looks like nobody else will go down. So that was a 4-for-1 exchange. Great job by Innocent Bystanders, seeing that they had the advantage there and actually pushing it to their advantage. Owner Poner being taken pretty low by the Asian Ponies. The Asian Ponies again trying to chase a Singed, but will wisely back away from that. Stealth Jukebox has picked up an Oracle and will clear out a couple of wards. Oh, but he misses that one due to timing. Oh, that's unfortunate. So financially that Oracles is decently paying off. He has picked up quite a bit of wards. Here's yet another one. And we'll see if Diana wants to go pick up that blue buff. Yes, she does. So Sejuani clearing out these wraiths, and she likely will be able to go back and pick up the Spirit of the Ancient Column, which will kind of round out her build very, very nicely. Gives her a little bit of health, a little bit of cooldown reduction. Big Fat Chocoboco actually not jumping on the person that he couldn't see, obviously. Meanwhile, Stealth Jukebox rotates over to the mid. Stealthy Jukebox does not have his ultimate available. It has probably about 15 or 20 seconds left. So Big Fat Chocoboco throwing down a ward. Will clear out that ward. Looks like they won't go into that. Sejuani didn't quite have the ultimate available. I think if the ultimate had been available, that likely would have been an engage coming out for Innocent Bystanders. But the kill lead evened up pretty well, but the objective lead still very vastly in favor of Overpowered. And we'll see how they respond to this. They are pushing every lane now. Yep. And actually, Spirit of the Ancient Golem opted not to be picked up, but rather a Sightstone picked up. So interesting pickup on Stealth Jukebox, but not necessarily a bad pickup. YU Stalin doing a good job clearing out wards as well. Meanwhile, it looks like they are wanting to collapse on this Nasus. But no, just a lot of very, very, we'll say, awkward or intense calm here, or uneasy calm, in favor of both teams. You know, neither team, again, they're playing fairly safely. Neither team wanting to fight until they know that the fight will go in their favor. Iga Moon actually stalling up YU Stalin. Stalin being taken very low. The ultimate will be enough to take him out. So that's YU Stalin just absolutely blown up and erased off the map. Meanwhile, the ultimate goes down. Will actually not stun anybody up, but does slow quite a bit of people down. Iga Moon being taken low. Will go down. Just Casual being taken low. Big Fat Chocoboco and Panda's Poacher are still alive, though. Double kill coming out from the ultimate there, and that is a 2-for-1 exchange at this point. And it looks like they will try to continue and make something happen. Both teams waiting to jump on the other team. Big Fat Chocoboco waiting to jump across this wall. Meanwhile, they are spotted out there. It looks like Innocent Bystanders does not have vision on them, so they're going to try to clear out some wards. A lot of pings going down, and it looks like Panda's Poacher is in a pretty dangerous location, but Innocent Bystanders is in the more dangerous location because there are 3 members here. Stealth Jukebox. Oh, there we go. Panda's Poacher is being erased. Owner Poner is the next target. Big Fat Chocoboco ultimates Fihute there, but will not be able to take him out. We'll see if Fihute, Big Fat Chocoboco is still alive. Nice flash there to pick up the kill by Stealth Jukebox. Stealth Jukebox is still hungry for blood, but sees the tower there and decides against it. So, looks like the Asian Ponies and Stealth Jukebox are going to try to pick up this tower, but without a minion wave, not looking good for them. Meanwhile, Ega Moon has come in there. Owner Poner is actually decently low. Azengoro gets thrown into tower, but becomes unstoppable. 5-0 on that Diana. There is about 40 seconds until that dragon is available, but they opt not to push any objectives off of that. They'll pick up the kills and then go back and realize their gold advantage. So Innocent Bystanders, after executing somewhat poorly in the beginning portion of this game, shows that they do have the ability to teamfight and potentially come back in this game. We are 23 minutes in, and the gold lead is only about 2,000 in favor of Overpowered. Now, occasionally, when you're playing the game, the only real metric you have, there are 2 metrics you have to determine gold. You have the objectives that are on the map, you have the farm differential, and you have the kills. But unfortunately, a lot of times, you will focus on the kills to be the only metric for the gold advantage. And so even though Overpowered is up, in game sometimes you'll see that, wow, we're down 5 kills. That must mean that we're down in gold as well. So, you know, even though they have picked up 1 dragon, they're going to likely pick up the 2nd dragon, but it looks like Innocent Bystanders may try to counter this. Dragon has not been picked up yet. So red team has slain the dragon. Just Casual being taken very, very low. The ultimate from Zyra thrown out. Flash coming in. Just Casual again taken low. Overpowered in the middle of their team. The Asian Pony jumps in and throws down his ultimate. Meanwhile, Just Casual, or Azengoro jumps onto Just Casual. Fihute jumps onto, Big Fat Chocoboco jumps onto Fihute, sorry. It looks like the ultimate will not be enough to take him out. And there is, again, an uneasy calm here as both teams want to initiate, but neither feel like they can win the battle. Meanwhile, Fihute is running away, and that is a 2-for-1 exchange going in favor of Innocent Bystanders once again, but they also picked up the dragon. Panda's Poacher pushing down on this bot turret. We'll see if this bot turret will go down. They do not have the ability to stand against that, so they will lose a bot turret. But the mid turret will go down. The Asian Pony is doing a good job pushing there. Oh, why are you stalling? Taken low. Flash comes out. Nope. Panda's Poacher will pick up that kill. Meanwhile, Owner Poner is in the middle of tower fire. And the 3 of them are taken low. Panda's Poacher will have to... Sorry, not Panda's Poacher. Stealth Jukebox will have to go back. The Asian Ponies pushing, again, denying farm from Overpowered. But the gold lead now, only 800. Panda's Poacher will pick up that blue buff for himself, though. So, Innocent Bystanders not wanting to go out without a fight here, showing that they do, again, have the ability to team fight. They are looking for blood, but they will not find any. Stealth Jukebox doing a good job being a utility jungler there. Has picked up the Spirit of the Ancient Golem to give him cooldown reduction, a little bit of health, a little bit of protection, as well as some sustain and cooldown reduction and tenacity. And then has picked up that Sight Stone again to give him a little bit of health, but mostly to give him those wards to give them additional vision. So 26 minutes into this game, and the game has not yet been decided. Ega Moon actually stuns up Stealth Jukebox. Stealth Jukebox is in a pretty dangerous location. Big Fat Chocoboco waiting to jump on him, but will not do so since the other team was pretty close to being around. Meanwhile, Singed is pushing in that top lane, and it looks like Innocent Bystanders is trying to push to get down this turret. So questionable call there by Singed to push in that top lane. Once he shows himself in that top lane. Oh, meanwhile, Ega Moon gets jumped on. There comes the ultimate. Big Fat Chocoboco taken low. The ultimate from Victor likely will be enough to pick up Big Fat Chocoboco. Yes, it is. Double kill coming out. And Singed nowhere to be seen. 2-for-0 exchange. There goes one turret. Likely this will be an inhibitor turret. Singed trying to flank around, but will not be able to do so. The Asian Pony's taken pretty low in a very dangerous spot. And that will cost him his life as well as a potential tower. So Innocent Bystanders getting a little bit cocky there. Does go 1 for 2 overall and does pick up a turret. So that is a gold win for them. But they are still 400 gold behind. We'll see if they can pick it up in farm, I guess. But they are up in kills now, and they have all but evened out the objectives. However, it does look like Overpowered is going for a Baron. And Innocent Bystanders is not aware of this. They don't have vision on the area. Zyra being very careful to put down wards, but she's going to ward that as soon as the Baron gets killed. So that is a Baron for Overpowered, which skyrockets the gold lead. I guess I should qualify that. There is only about a 2,000 gold lead coming out in favor of Overpowered. However, Baron gives you about 8,000 gold worth of stats for your entire team. So that is, even though the gold lead is fairly even, that Baron buff providing a lot of additional stats for Overpowered. So Innocent Bystanders really will have to wait for that Baron buff to run out before they can stand and fight again. Owner Poner, meanwhile, just farming in that top lane, does have Vlad. So that Vlad doing a great job both being involved with team fights as well as getting his farm, and actually has the most farm on the map. So Vlad doing a great job carrying them into this middle game, and we'll see if he can continue to carry them as they try to take down Overpowered so they can push this to a third game. The blue buff actually is not available, so Asno will not be able to pick up the blue buff, but they are going for that Graves in the bot lane. They look like they're going to be too late, so Asno will opt to farm that minion wave. Meanwhile, Yu Stalin actually sees a couple members of Overpowered and will back away from that. A ward was thrown down. And actually a pink ward thrown down. So vision control in favor of Overpowered, and actually just casual being taken low. The Asian Ponies has a lot of damage, as a Rabadon's has the Spirit of the Spectral Wraith, a needlessly large rod, as well as some magic pen. So a lot of damage going down by Fahute, but you can see that Baron buff just doing a good job regenning up the team. So even though they did take a little bit of poke, it really doesn't matter. Asno opting to pick up that blue buff to give him a little bit more cooldown reduction, and we'll see which path he decides to take. He does have to walk through an Annie. Ooh, this is, again, a very, very uneasy comp. So, Stealth Jukebox taken low, but will opt to stay. And it looks like Diana does want to throw that onto Annie. Just Casual taking a couple of tower hits, but is pretty happy to do so. But Just Casual now taken pretty low by the Asian Ponies. And the stun coming out onto Asno. We'll see if they jump in on that. Nope. And here comes the Asian Ponies. And no, a lot of cooldowns used, but not a lot of abilities besides the Ghost coming in there for Vladimir, the ultimate used for Sejuani, the ultimate used for Fahute. But you can see that ult for Fahute has on a very, very low cooldown. Meanwhile, Overpowered will opt to come down and pick up this dragon, and will get it despite the sloppy smite there. They will go up and look for that blue buff, but will not find... Oh, the blue buff is available, actually. That bursted down. Who picked it up? Ooh, very dangerous position there. Just Casual picks up the blue buff. Probably the person you want the blue buff the least in that area. But meanwhile, it looks like Fahute's ult is about 3/4 off cooldown. Stealth Jukebox's ult is halfway off cooldown. So the ultimates, depending on how long they wait and poke each other down, the ultimates will be off cooldown and available in the next team fight. This is in favor of Innocent Bystanders, though, because they haven't yet lost any kind of objectives off of this Baron buff. So Stealth Jukebox being stunned up there. Oh my goodness, Just Casual being taken very low by the turret will go down. The Asian Pony's actually flung right into Panda's Poacher. Meanwhile, Fahute does not go down. Ooh. Wow, but it looks like, oh, the ultimate will be able to take Fahute down. So that is a 2 for 3 in favor of Overpowered, but Overpowered will get a turret off of this. So big fight goes in favor of Overpowered. And it looks like, oh, Panda's Poacher being taken pretty low. And Asno will go down instead. OverPowered happy to tank up that tower. Meanwhile, Igamoon actually taken pretty low, but will not go down to that Ignite. One inhibitor turret will go down. And we'll see if they turn onto the inhibitor. They will likely be able to pick this up. Stealth Jukebox doing his best to defend it, but just can't do it against 3 members. The ultimate actually thrown out, but missed there. So it looks like they are moving down to this bot tower. But I will bet you Stealth Jukebox wants to make something happen here. The knockup coming in. Tower Fire actually being taken OverPowered very low. Panda's Poacher, meanwhile, almost killing a couple members there by himself and essentially trying to tower dive. They are pinging him to go back. There are a couple of home guarded members coming in, but they will not pick him up. The Asian Pony's opting to go in the mid lane to pick himself up some additional farm. And big item completed there on the Asian Ponies. The Asian Ponies has picked up a Zonya's Hourglass to keep himself from dying as he jumps into the middle of their team. He may have had that in the last fight, and I may not just have not noticed it. But meanwhile, Baron is up in 1 minute and 25 seconds. So Baron will likely be the next big objective here. So Baron will likely be the next big objective here. Actually, it does look like she's in a very dangerous location. Annie needs to be very careful. Nope, and they will opt not to go in there. So Annie's lucky because innocent bystanders didn't have additional vision. That likely should have been a kill picked up for Asno, but Asno didn't have vision on the rest of this team and felt uncomfortable going in. Meanwhile, you can see 36 seconds till the Baron comes up, and innocent bystanders are not really making a push to get a lot more vision on Baron. But meanwhile, OverPowered is pushing to remove the vision for OverPowered. And it doesn't look like Innocent's responding to that. You can see Annie, I guess she's not really walking through wards. She is trying to clear out vision there. But they do have to deal with this in the mid lane. Baron now is up in 13 seconds. And that likely will be the next objective going for either team. And we will probably see a Baron dance. A ward actually being missed by Yustal, and Asno did ping into that bush, and they will go ahead and pick that up. Meanwhile, oh, there we go. Okay, so they do spot out that ward. That ward will go down. It looks like the Asian Ponies has gone back and finished up the Haunting Guise, which will make him a lot scarier now that he has magic penetration. So it looks like neither team really wanted to initiate. The Baron buff isn't available, so OverPowered would have a much easier or a much more even fight. But the Graves does have a Guardian's Angel. They have started off that Baron buff. They see that ward in the back of the Baron pit, so they will clear that away. But looks like they are... Nope, they're not picking up that Baron buff. They're just getting vision on it. And they will back away from that. Oh, Panda's Poacher in the very front. That could have been a great ultimate for Sejuani, but opting not to use it. Sejuani opting not to use her ultimate there. And it looks like OverPowered really just doesn't want to initiate. They just want to let that minion wave in the bottom push in and the minion wave in the mid push in. All lanes are pushing here. So Innocent Bystanders really needs to fight soon. Otherwise, they're going to lose their opportunity to do so, and they might give up a free Baron. Stealth Jukebox actually... Oh my gosh, Asno jumps in there and will have to use that. The ultimate actually used for a couple of people. And it looks like Asno will go down. Just Casual is still alive. Big Fat Chocoboko will now go down. OverPowered will go down as well. The Asian Ponies... Oh my gosh. The Asian Ponies, will he be able to kill Just Casual? Nope, the ultimate goes down. So that is a ace for 2 coming out for OverPowered, and that likely will be good game. They look like they are trying to push for the win. They do have minions pushing into the base. There are 19 seconds left until the next person spawns, so we will see if they can finish this off. I don't think so. That likely will be game 2, going to Overpowered, and they will win this semifinal match in the Epic Fall Tournament. I can't really see Wyu Stalin doing a whole lot to stop this. Randuin's Omens popped, and that is game 2 going in favor of Overpowered, and they will take this in a 2-for-0 exchange. So congratulations to Overpowered. They do continue on in the tournament. Again, this was game 2 of the Epic Fall Tournament. And that is the end of the broadcast today. So again, this is the Epic Fall Tournament. These were the semifinals. Overpowered takes it in 2 games, and I am your caster for today, Jingasana, and I will end the broadcast.